Okay, good morning, class. This is your professor, Dr. Jace, and welcome to week 9 of 7314, your reference and reference materials class. You all are doing a fantastic job in the class so far, and I just need you all to continue to do that fantastic job you are doing. So let me know how I can assist you with that. If there are things that need to be clear or clarified, I should say, then yes, please email me at alstonj@missouri.edu or leave a message in the discussion board because perhaps some of your classmates have the exact same concern. By the way, we will not be having any discussion posts for probably the rest of the month. I want you all, since you've got 2 assignments due before the month is over, your virtual reference assignment and your Wikipedia edit assignment, I want you all to focus on those, do a very good job on those, in addition to, of course, doing the readings. And that way, we will be able to, getting all these notifications. That way, we will be able to, man, that just threw me off my game. Yes. What I don't want is for you all to be turning in any substandard work, and I know that there's a lot of reading in my class, so I definitely want to give you all the opportunity to miss the discussion boards for, a couple weeks just so that you can take care of some other business. Now, having said that, I do want you all to interact with one another. So there are still going to be opportunities to interact on the discussion posts, even though the required discussion posts are not being used. There are still those optional discussion posts that are there. And if you all want to communicate with each other that way, I would encourage that. I think it would be a very good thing to do. And like I said, I want you all during conferences and during whatever else, I want you all to network with one another, to know one another, and to help each other as you are going through your careers. Some of you will be practicing for perhaps 30 or 40 years. So it's good to have those friendships. You can start them now and they will carry you very far throughout your career. So I will probably be posting some things here and there in the optional discussion posts, and you all are definitely more than welcome to join those optional discussion posts and interact with me, interact with each other, get to know each other better, and continue to hopefully think outside the box a little bit and be a little more enlightened and train your minds to become information people. So having said that, I am probably going to be able to, I know I say this a lot, but I will definitely be able to keep this one under 15 minutes. And what we're going to do, I don't have a lot to show you this week, but we are going to talk a little bit about business, just a little bit about business reference. I'm going to tell you all some resources to plug into if you want to know more. So at this time, I'm going to pause and shift gears. So this right here is largely what I wanted to show you all when it came to business reference, business research. If any of you are planning to either go into business librarianship or as opposed to going into business librarianship, if you anticipate that you are going to go into a job where business librarianship is going to be a big part of what you do, even if you are in a public library. And when I was a public librarian, yes, I had to do business research as I could. Then you have to kind of know some breakdowns. So this actually is what they call a cheat sheet that I had done at a previous institution. I didn't craft this myself. I did improve this, so I shouldn't say improve it, I updated it. So it kind of became my intellectual property at that time, so I don't mind kind of showing it off. This is from the Coastal Carolina University Library, which is where I used to work, and if you want the URL, it is there. But when you are, one of the first things you want to know, one of the basics to business research, which, by the way, business research can be some of the most intense and involved research. It does require a special skill set. I will hopefully be teaching a business research class for Mizzou, but you know that if I end up doing that, it's going to be a long way coming, and it's going to really only scratch the surface because that's unfortunately all that a class can do. But one thing that you want to do if you are going to pursue business research is you are going to need to be able to have a breakdown of what sources do what functions or find what information. So that's what this cheat sheet is actually about. As you can see here, it is broken down into different types of information. So company information, 10K reports, which you can get from the SEC, Merchant Online, as Standard & Poor Global Net Advantage, Yahoo Finance. These are things where you can find basic company information. By the way, those 10Ks, if you get them from the government website, they are free to access. And then, of course, Yahoo Finance is also free to access. So that's for company information. If you're looking specifically for company financial information, some common resources that librarians would use for that would include a 10K report, Merchant Online, and Priveco. And check with the University of Missouri library just to make sure that they have all of these resources. I believe they do, but they may be missing one or two, and I know that they have a few things that we did not have at Coastal Carolina. Moving on, if you want trade journals and business publications, then you're probably going to want to look at Business Source Complete or Business Insights Global. If you want investments and stock information, then the Value Line Investment Survey would be something to look at there. Morningstar is also one that you want to look at. Morningstar not being listed here because it's not offered at Coastal Carolina where I used to work. If you need the supply chain information, again, Merchant Online is a good place to go. Competitor information, again, Merchant Online. And by the way, Merchant Online is very fun to use and very easy to use. So I would suggest that you all maybe just take a look at that. Standard & Poor Global Net Advantage also can give you competitor information. Some other things that can give you competitor information would be things like Reference USA. And then also IBISWorld can give you both competitor information and industry and market reports and surveys. You can get that at IBISWorld. And again, IBISWorld isn't listed here, but I know that the University of Missouri offers it. In fact, I think that Coastal Carolina may be one of only a few places that offers a pretty substantial school of business, but does not have IBISWorld. It's pretty much a go-to for a lot of people. Industry and market reports and surveys, you can get those in Business Source Complete, which is the EBSCO database, also in Business Insights Global or Business Insights Essential, depending on the Business Insights Essential is a more scaled down version. But that's something that you may find at institutions that don't want to buy Business Insights Global. And then you got Standard & Poor back there. Industry ratios, RMA, e-statement studies. I'm not sure, again, whether or not that is a holding for the University of Missouri. If you want news and articles, Business Source Complete would be probably the first place you want to go. The Wall Street Journal, of course, is very good, as are a few other business newspapers and publications. And then, of course, you can use things like LexisNexis to locate news, or Nexis Uni, which is what it's being called at a lot of academic libraries now. If you need legal information, Good Jobs First is actually a free resource. It's not proprietary. And then also Westlaw Campus Research, or LexisNexis, Nexis Uni, whichever guise they are calling it, depending on what library you're at. Westlaw and Nexis do similar things. So if you find either one, you should probably be able to get some legal information from those. Now that I've shown you that, I also want to show you, if you are interested in a book, and again, this is optional. If I do wind up teaching that business sources class, then I probably will actually make this a mandatory textbook for that class. But something that just in your spare time, if you want to read to learn more about business reference, and I apologize because these books always show up backwards when I am using this camera. But if you look for, well, actually, okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe it does always, maybe it doesn't. This is making sense. So Cecilia Ross, Making Sense of Business Reference. This is a very good resource. It's something that you can get for rather cheap on Amazon. Now, this is a few years old. I don't know if Cecilia Ross is going to be making any updates to it anytime soon, but this guy right here, if you want to get the basics down on business research, this is the way to go. So again, take a look at that. Cecilia Ross, Making Sense of Business Reference. They do link, well, not link, but they do list a lot of websites in this resource. And so it does need to be updated because these websites, some of them may no longer be functioning, or there are probably also new websites that do things that when this book was actually published, which was about 5 years ago, those websites may not have existed, or they might not have been as good as they are now. So hopefully there is an update for this coming out soon, but this is a very easy to digest book, and it's probably something that as a practitioner you're going to want to kind of have in your arsenal, because you can actually look through it and find information very, very quickly. It's arranged in a very top-notch, sort of a top-notch way where, you know, if you need international business information, you can find that quickly. You need statistics, and you are looking to use things other than Statista, which is one of the best business resources when you're trying to find statistics, then this will tell you other places to look for. If you need investment research, if you need company research, finance, industry research, whatever. She breaks it down. She breaks it down very well, and this book will take you to a lot of great places. The last thing that I want to show you really quickly is... Okay. Actually, let me pause this for a second. So finally, I do want to say that there is a free listserv that you can join if you want to just follow some of these business librarians and be in the know with some things that they are keeping up with and some things that they are doing. You can see the discussions that business librarians have. This, again, is a free listserv, and it is BizLibL. So, hold on. Sorry, rather than Googling that, I probably should have... Something is going on with my recorder now. This is not the time. Okay, there we go. So, okay, well, that was just messy, but there is nothing else that I am going to do with that. So I'm just going to try this again. Business Reference and Services section, BRAS. This LibGuide here, which is bras.libguides.com/business reference. This is the homepage for, I shouldn't say the homepage, but this is a LibGuide put out by BRAS, which is the business division of Reference and of the Referencing User Services Association, or RUSA. And if you scroll down, then here where you see BizLibL, this is what you can do in order to subscribe to the BizLibL listserv, and this is where you have public, academic, special, all types of librarians. They get together and they try to help each other find information, and they discuss some things about business reference. And I have been on this listserv now for about 2 years. I found it very enlightening, but a lot of traffic comes through it, so just be warned if you subscribe. So I hope you were able to follow that. Again, I just got kind of caught up there. It's late. I'm going to blame it on that. But yes, definitely if you want to learn more about business reference, then join BizLib, or consider joining BizLib. You may want to sign up for a digest. Consider this wonderful book by Cecilia Ross, and also play around, maybe even look at the University of Missouri's library's business LibGuides, and those may guide you to how to use and when to use each type of resource that they offer. All right. Okay, so I did wind up going past the 15 minutes, which I said I wasn't going to do. I always do that. But we are going to cut it right here. Keep working on those assignments, and if you need anything, please reach out to me. Have a good day.